This video is created for educational and informational purposes only. Do not use this information to interfere with networks or devices you do not own or have permission to test. You are solely responsible for how you use this information. Hi everyone, welcome to my new video. Today I'm going to show you how to see which devices are connected to your internet or Wi-Fi and how you can monitor what they're doing. This way we can detect passwords, emails, see some messages, and so on. This is a very extensive topic, so we won't be able to cover everything in this tutorial, but I'll just do the basics and the easiest way to do it. This literally spy on every device on your network, so I wouldn't recommend doing this without permission because it's punishable. Man in the middle works by placing your computer between the router and your target, or victim. When the victim tries to send something to the internet via the router, it will first ask who the router is. At that moment, your computer says, "I'm the router," and the victim sends data through your computer, then to the router, and then to the internet, and that way you get all the information that your victim sends. This attack works best with data that is not encrypted. This means that you will not be able to read passwords, messages, and so on that are encrypted, and these are all those passwords that go over the HTTPS protocol. This means that you will not be able to see passwords from Instagram, Facebook, Viber messages, and so on. However, there is a way to bypass that HTTPS and plant fake login pages from compromised networks, and that way you can collect passwords. Let's now run our attack program. Click Applications, go to Sniffing and Spoofing, and click EtherCup. Here we enter the password. We can leave everything as it is. It may say VLAN0 or something like that. I currently have an account connected via cable, so it says ETH0. Click this check here. Unified sniffing has started. Now we need to see which devices are connected to our internet. We will do this by clicking on this icon here. See, here we have a router. Usually the lowest number here, as you can see, is 1. That's the router. We have another device, another one, again some strange device, and again another device. If we want to refresh this list, we can click on this heart icon. Here that one device has disappeared. And that's it from the devices we have on our network. Since we know that this is the IP address of our router, and you can check this by opening a terminal and typing IP route, and you see that this is the IP address of your router, and this is the IP address of your computer. Since we have multiple devices connected, you don't know which one is your target. If you want to spy on just one device, you need to know exactly which device it is and who this IP address belongs to. So now we're going to run the command to discover the names of these devices. We run netto discover, search R, and run 192.168.0.0 through 24. This means that it scans every IP address that could potentially be a device on our network. We need root permissions, run sudo, and run the password. This may take a while, so you need to wait a bit. As you can see, we now have devices listed. The first device is our router. The second device is a computer I have. This is an Apple device. And finally, we have a Samsung device. From this, you can determine which one is your target. My target will be this Apple device. Now let's go back to EtherCap. We'll close this. As target 1, we need to add the router, and as target 2, we need to add this Apple device, add you, target 2. Now we click on these 3 dots up, click targets, click current targets. And you see on the left side, we have target 1, and on the right side, we have target 2. Now we can click on this little globe and click ARP poisoning. We click OK and the attack has started. Now we need to open Wireshark. It's a program that monitors the flow on your network, and it will allow you to see what's happening and what your victim is trying to send to the router. We click applications, we go again to sniffing, spoofing, and click Wireshark. We click the password, click ETH0. That's what we selected earlier in Better Capo. Now we're waiting for this device to do something. Now I'll take my phone and open something, and you can see that some traffic is appearing right away. Now I'm going to go to a site and log in to see if we get the username and password. But before that, I'm just going to limit it because as you can see, there's a lot of content there. We need to filter it all out and limit it to only what we need. And we need post requests. Those are the ones that usually carry a username and password. So we type http request dot method equals post, and it will now filter all post requests. Now I'm going to type username, type video, underscore username, and type password video underscore password. And as soon as I click login, another result will appear in Virusovic. I clicked login, and as you can see, we get another result. I highlight that result. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I click Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and there we have the entire post request. Click below HTML form URL encoded. Open it, scroll down, and you see the form item. This is the username, and it says video username. Below we have UPass, and it says video password. And in this way, we got the password and username of this site that I tried to log into. We can turn off this filter above, press X, and go back to all the protocols that we have. If we want to monitor some more things that are happening from this device, we just type to filter the IP address again. We type IP ADR equal to 192.168.0.11. That's the IP address that we recorded. Press enter. And you can now see what's happening there. For example, I'm going to go to Google now and see how many things appeared there. We can click on one of these and see more information. That would be it for this video. You see how simple it is to do a basic type of man-in-the-middle attack. However, there are much more difficult and much more complicated methods. If you want me to explain them in one of the next videos, write in the comments.